I want to do an event with you guys.
I would do that right now.
So this last October at Buckeye Woods, we held an event. We did a 2.5 mile, because the course was 2.5 miles, and we did 2.5 mile. We call it the 2.5 mile dash. That was in honor of a great friend of mine, and he was a longtime member of our post. His name was Michael Dash, 38 years in the Navy. He was a hell of a guy, and he had passed away. And we wanted to do that and honor him. And that was what we call a friendly. So that was a lot of our older members, and their wives came out. You know, they could do a 2.5 mile. And then we did a 5 mile, and then we did a 10 mile smoker. So every lap, you were doing 120. There's 5 stations, and you're doing 125 reps in one whole lap. So at the end, you're doing 500. So it was a little less than the other one and it smoked me.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when I got to that one, everybody's like, "Hey, you're the one." I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I came in last at that, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just glad to be," because it was like a barometer to tell you where you're at. So this year we're doing another one. I believe it's I have to look at my calendar. I think it's June 21st. But the cool thing, all the money we're raising for this is going to the VFW National Home for the Children up in Eaton Rapids, Michigan, which is a phenomenal place. If any veterans ever been there, or if you're from Michigan and you're listening to this and you know about it, it's a home where if you're a VFW member or a veteran, and then you're from, and they have individual cottages there from different states. Like there's an Ohio cottage there's a California cottage there. And they'll take you in. I think you're limited to 5 years you can live there.
Oh wow!
And they take you in. They'll housing. They do schooling. This is their 100th anniversary.
And is this for a medical center, or is this just to like help guys get on their feet?
Yeah.
Kind of
So say you're a veteran or you're a widow of a veteran, and you're like, I got 2 kids. My husband died in action. Well, they'll take you in up there. And it goes back to, we were there before when we were all dressed the same. We were there for each other. It ain't changing now.
Right. You know, it's funny as you like all these ideas and things are populating through my head as you're talking about this, and there's some awesome things that you guys have already doing with Rucks and stuff. And I wish I would have known about one of those. I would have gladly jumped in those. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh, you can do so much as far as, you know, ways to raise money, but also get the community involved, because everybody likes exercise nowadays. I feel like that's like the new thing. You know,
or
whether
Ozempic.
Yeah, there's always a setback.
I told you he'd fit right in here.
No, but you know, I was like, oh man, a cold plunge challenge. Like we just had a couple of guys on from Westlake the other day. I was like, we could just get a bunch of vets up there, see who could last the longest in a cold plunge, you know, to raise money and
Chippewa
stuff like
Lake
that.
every year.
There you go. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's another way to do it.
My sons do it. I'll get you in there.
But you know, there's all kinds of different ways, and it's good to hear that you're kind of expanding on that, because I do think that those are simple ways that the community could take part and be part of something as well. And it's fun to do, and it's people that are doing the same stuff that you love, whether it's exercise or getting outside, and that leads to, hey, let's go, you know, have some food afterwards, let's do this. You know, so hopefully those continue to expand for you and get more people involved in that, and hopefully it does start to really change the community.